Hello, this is my sewing station, and in this cabinet right here, I got. Let me open it up. I got my sewing stuff. Um, just keep my fabric in these containers right here, and projects in mesh bags. And then this pouch down here is holding all the leftovers that you can use as batting for a pillow if you are that skilled to make a pillow. And then most of my tools I keep in a mesh bag. I keep my thread and spools down here. And then on my table, I of course got an ironing wool pad. And this is just canvases and some office supplies. But what I wanted to show you was this machine right here. It's my IKEA sewing machine. Yes. Oh, yes, sir. I said IKEA. It's built in the 70s, but it still works. It sews very slowly, and it just is a good companion to my sewing skills because I found out that the slower the machine sews, the more accurate my pattern would look like. And then I got this wall right here in front of the sewing station where right now we are changing out the artwork because Halloween is over for me. Nightmare Before Christmas is also a Halloween movie. So I just took that frame down because I want to hang something else. I like to switch out my artwork. Okay, but what I wanted to show you was, besides my sewing station, the quilt that I'm working on at the moment. And here it is. I'm still working on the binding and I need to top quilt it. I only quilted in 4 panels to make the batting secure inside of it. This is a nightmare come true, I'm telling you guys. Well, it's the most ugly quilt that I have produced in a very long time for one simple reason, which is that I got a star top quilt on the front and oh my god, also on the back. Let me flip it over. Yeah, this is the other side of it. Oh, it has given me so much issue. I'm still working on the binder, so that's why it looks so weird here. Well, the reason for having, you could say, like a top quilt on both sides is because I did not have fabric enough to have one piece of fabric as the back of the quilt. And it gives me issues when I need to do the top quilting. Like, see here how I started to quilt in all the rows of these rectangles, and then it shows up like this on the back. It's horrible. It's horrible. Usually, when you top quilt, this is just an example. You can get your design to puff out by stitch in the ditch, and you don't have to worry about the back side because it's usually just one piece of fabric. But I'm not sure that I will be able to get this puffy, yummy puffy out of this star right here, which is horrible. I did start like stitch in the ditch here, but as you can see when I flip it over, because it doesn't line up, I get this on the back. So, uh, but I will find out a way to make a top quilt pattern also to lock in these huge squares of white. Sorry for the wonky filming. It's just a big quilt. I'm quilting this because it's cold and I need I need a quilt, and some of my other quilts are actually used for something else. As you can see, I got some carpets that's rolled up because we don't use those carpets at the moment. And my problem is that my cat thinks that this is a scratching board, which is so annoying. So I'm using quilts also to wrap my carpets up so that the cat won't use my my carpets. Can I say carpet 15 times? so that my cat won't destroy these beautiful carpets. We're actually planning on selling them because they're like humongous, and yeah, it's just yeah, we have a lot of carpets. But anyway, I wanted to talk more about this nightmare right here. It's going to be the last time that I do this trick of having a pattern on front and back. And I wanted to try it out because I think it looks crazy when you have a quilt and then there's like nothing on the back. So this, I was thinking that, oh, it doesn't matter how the way you use it because there's something nice on the front and the back. So that's actually just what this experiment is built on. But I had issues with so much measurement because I was really sloppy. Like you can see here, I don't have an edge. And then I needed to quilt a long panel of small squares to make the fabric reach. So I had a lot of measurements issues. Worth to say about this quilting is, besides don't do this when you have like a pattern on both sides. And second of all, do go out and buy that ruler shaped quilting tool because it was a Peter for me to work with a chipboard template to get all these triangles. And the way that I built this was to first sew in big diamond shapes of triangles and then connect them together to be a star. So that's why the measurement doesn't fit up, like the point of the star here is not adjacent with the point from the back because it don't take a lot before it gets out of line. Yeah, yeah, it's just what a what a crazy project. I'm glad that it's almost over. I only need to do the binding, and I'm going to do that today, and then the quilt is finished. But I wanted to show how crazy it looks when you do like quilting on one side in one pattern and how it shows up on these squares. I thought I could get away with it since these squares are built like this very messy um, design, so that it would kind of hide the the line work from the top quilting. But when you're working with these rectangular blocks, I think it's more pretty to just keep them top quilted in each stitch in the ditch section. Will I do the same for these diamond wings? I'm not sure. I'm very in doubt about that because, as you can see here, I dislike this. That is the stitch in the ditch from this wing here. Oh, yeah, problems. All that just because I didn't want to go out and spend money on buying a backing fabric. That's horrible. I won't do that mistake ever again because, considering all the hours that went into this quilt, it's just not worth it trying to save money on fabric. So, but I wanted to do a small video to show my sewing station because I think most of us like to see stuff like storage, workstations, and I just wanted to give a heads up on my winter quilt. And yeah, I'm just so proud that my son, he's using. I don't know if you guys recall that last year I managed to get away to do a very nice blue and white star shaped giant queen size quilt, and my son, he's using it at the moment. So I was just so happy, that one of my quilts actually is getting used as intended. So I wanted to make myself my own quilt to bring with me to the bedroom when it's cold. So that's the story of this one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.